After a short intro, I will discuss why, what, and how, and also leave some space for your questions. Harmodesk was created to manage process-based transactional tasks, including huge case diversity, and in most of the cases, our clients in business services, they start implementation from AP or query management teams and then extend it to the other teams. We are proud to work with top brands, including AMS, Vestas, Schneider Electric, and many others. And we are also particularly proud that our solutions, which started in Poland, are right now used on 5 continents in 30 countries. Why automated operations management? Simply because legacy operations management requires manual work, and there are many inefficiencies deriving from using these methods. And let me just name the most popular ones. There are mainly 3 legacy management operations methods. The first one is so-called portfolio-based, where employee independently plans his or her work for the given portfolio of clients or portfolio of tasks. The second one, commonly called process-based, relies on teams' shared responsibility. Team members have access to the list of tasks in the system or many systems even, and they select the tasks to be carried out by them. And in the third one, the manager plans daily or weekly specific list of tasks for specific team members, and then the tasks are assigned in the system or by Excel or email list. So let's have right now a quick show of hands. Who of you is using the first method? Nobody? I can. Okay, good. Quite many. Thanks. What about the second method? Also a lot of. What about the third? Far less. Okay. What about the mixture? Some. Thank you. There is one common denominator of all these methods. They are simply manual, laborious, and naturally create problems and take a lot of time, of crucial time, of team leaders usually. So in hybrid work, the natural consequences are like that there is lack of visibility, which is resulting in time-consuming monitoring. There's also practical inability to shorten resolution time and get rid of any escalations we have. And also, it is very difficult to increase productivity. There are lots of repetitive quality issues, and it's hard to improve teams' morale. All these problems, which I just mentioned, a couple of them, eat time, and time is money in business services teams. So while working with more than 500 teams, we have noticed a repetitive pattern of certain side effects of using legacy methods, and we call them time eaters or time and energy eaters. And we have identified 14 of them, and we have created a simple tool which enables you to calculate how much time they do take in your organization, and it gives also a lot of insights on how to get rid of them and unlock this time. So I will be very happy to share with you this tool and some other also inspirations if you are interested. So you can just go to www.harmodesk.com and just type your email there on the screen, and I will be able to send you an executive toolkit after the conference. We know the problem a little bit, but what is the alternative? Let me play you a movie, because a movie says more than 1,000 words.
Your team performs dozens, hundreds of tasks each day. Managing its work takes a lot of time and energy. You have to ensure on-time tasks execution. You have to make sure that the customers are satisfied. You have to solve recurrent problems on an ongoing basis. You want to arrange and stabilize the way work is organized. You want to give your team's work the right rhythm and harmony. That's why Harmodesk was created, a tool for business services and back-office teams, which makes the work organization and process optimization simple and intuitive. How does it work? From various transactional systems operated by your team, Harmodesk collects information about new tasks to be performed. It organizes these tasks and queues them according to the priorities you set. Then, it dispatches them to the appropriate employees according to their availability, competences, and only if possible to be aligned with their individual preferences. This ensures that everyone uses their strengths and develops new competences. This impacts employee satisfaction. The employee presses a button and gets a task. Then, executes the task in the transaction system and, once complete, downloads another task. The system doses the tasks, one after the other. This allows employees to concentrate fully on what they are doing at any given time. In the background, time is measured and data is collected on the status of tasks and the achievement of KPIs, automatically fed into the team's dashboard. The highest security and efficiency standards are provided by the Salesforce platform on which Harmodesk is built. Some say that Harmodesk functions like a team GPS. There's something in that. It ensures that each employee takes the optimum route to achieve the team's goals. They can also keep track of the status of their tasks in real time. Harmodesk creates a collaborative, hybrid working environment through a single place to support communication on the execution of key processes. Harmodesk brings peace and harmony to teamwork organization. Automation frees up energy and time and provides 4 key benefits. Delivered. Your team delivers all priority tasks on time, according to SLAs and with attention to quality and productivity. Optimized. Have confidence that the work is evenly distributed and tasks are allocated so that the full potential of the team is realized. Noted. You gain a single view of key process data and provide visualization for all team members. Engaged. You have the data to engage your team in improving and standardizing the process. Harmodesk. Be sure the job is done. Free up time, a lot of time, and have peace of mind.
So after the movie, you may have a couple of questions, and I will try to answer them while sharing with you key points from AMS story, the webinar which was recorded some time ago with them. AMS is a global recruitment process outsourcing provider, and Kate Lachman, you see her on the screen, was responsible for managing operations in Poland. And when we met, she was quite concerned about the risk that her main client will seize the contract, and that was a big global bank, by the way. And after they were serving this client for 12 years, and they were continuously improving the service year by year, but in 2022, they were not able to provide any further improvements. But the client was insisting on cost reduction to the extent that they have organized an external lean audit, and the audit has just confirmed the previous conviction that there is practically no space for improvement. You can see the quote from the webinar, and Kate, now after the project, calls this past conviction as a myth. And we have busted that myth. How and why? I will show you. First, the productivity was their number one concern. So in the pilot team, the new way of worker allocation boosted productivity immediately just after turning on the solution. Staff stopped working over hours. 30% of the team's time was unlocked, and in total, 9 FTEs were reallocated to the other 3 understaffed teams. Another game changer was reduction of resolution time. Who of you have an experience that recruitment process takes a lot of time, too much time? Well, I think almost everybody says this. Yes, recruitment is a multi-step, complex process requiring a lot of interactions, and imagine that for this, that was just a part of the process. It took almost 3 weeks. Now, it is less than a week. Previously, most of the time, the case used to be suspended, waiting for the next step. Now, automation ensures that the waiting time is reduced to the minimum, and the process average execution time has decreased by 9 days, 9 working days. So it's 3 times faster than before. That was a huge game changer from their perspective and the client perspective. The third point was about the quality. This quality change took more time because the previous changes was in the first month of working of the solution. Because the first month was just to measure in details quality, and then based on data analysis and corrective actions, it was reduced by 10 times. To sum it up, transparency, fair working environment, teamship, ability for employees to see their impact on KPIs on a daily basis boosted engagement. And in turn, engagement boosts further improvements. And let me stress the crucial point. You do not have to wait for impact for the result or do anything when the results are immediate, when you just turn on the solution, just like a shift from manual planning the travel to Google Maps navigation. You have results immediately. Results speak for themselves. However, before the project, and actually during my first meeting with Kate, we have identified, the potential and discuss a similar case study as I'm going to show you, I'm showing. But then Kate shared with me what she now calls a second myth, and this was a very strong conviction for AMS, and it might be also for many of you. She said, Chris, we have tried it many times, but bank, our client, never ever agreed for any IT changes. And she also added that the same very conservative approach is executed by the internal IT department. So she didn't see any possibility to convince these 2 stakeholders. And then she also outlined 3 main deal breakers, so no change is possible in IT or systems or processes. And also security concerns are at the highest level in their organization because it's recruitment, sensitive information, and so on. And IT resources are focused on supporting the frontline business, not the back office operations. And then I told her, Kate, there's nothing to worry about because no change in the current systems or processes is needed. Our solution is very safe and meets the highest standards, industry standards. And then I also explain how the integration scheme works and for most of our clients. And let me just walk you through the process. And I will show it on an example of SAP. But the same method can be used with any other IT system you are using currently, including email Outlook management. The first step is that we export data from the system, whatever data are there about the tasks, about statuses of tasks and so on. Then we have a macro which eliminates unnecessary information and transforms the data exactly in the way we want it to be. And then we import the data without any sensitive information to Salesforce Cloud, on which Harmodesk is built. Then the prioritization scheme works automatically, and from the user perspective, they just have one front end with one button, give me a new task button. When they press it, they get a hyperlink to the specific task in the SAP here, and then they post the invoice as usually, and then they come back, press the button again, and they get another task. Can be in the same system or another system, whatever is the priority at the given moment for the given person. So all this process is very simple to be implemented. It takes just a minute a day for a team leader, and it can be also very well automated by robotic process automation. And what is important, there are no limits for such integration and can be done without any IT support. Our magic macro, that's how our clients call it, does the key job. But aware of time, maybe I will skip the details and focus on what is really crucial. Because this type of integration is secure. We do not transfer any sensitive information, and it can be easily manageable by any Excel geek in your teams. It can be implemented just in a couple of days and gives a full execution of control over the process from day one. So I think right now we have some minutes left for any questions you might have. Yeah? Okay. Maybe I have a slide because it's quite often asked question. Let me just turn into this. There are 3 steps. The first step is that we map the current processes and systems information, and also we ask team leaders to identify the competency matrix and the preference matrix if they want to use it. And then based on this information, we configure the solution from the technical perspective, and then we turn it on, and team starts work with this. Yes, and while working and using this, whenever there are any ideas, changes, usually in the first week or 2 or 3 weeks, there are a lot of ideas what else they need, or they play with different scenarios. And the whole implementation, what we call, but it's more like hypercare also, takes from 8 to 12 weeks, and the cost is quite moderate, I think, and accessible for all of you because it's just 11K euro. And after the project, you can just tally up, the increases of productivity, timeliness, and see how it impacts the engagement of the team and unlocks time, very key time of your team leaders and managers. And then you decide if you want to continue, and you have also the know-how to roll it out further. Okay, I saw also Romek, you had the question. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So maybe I will just show it by the example. Yeah, I have the slide. Yes, I have the slide because there are a couple of questions which are, the most often asked. So, as you have heard, the key value added is that automated ops management makes sure that the right tasks are assigned at the right moment to the right person. Yes? So it means that in the background we have a whole prioritization scheme, and what we start off during this first week or two, we ask managers what is the dreamed of sequence of tasks execution, and then we configure the tool to match this dreamed of sequence. And for example, so that you really understand, it will be a simple example of a client in AP. They wanted to have the following order. First, VIP clients, all tasks from them. Then invoices over 25k euro. Then payment due date. Another criteria they wanted to have was the vendor type. So A, B, C, the last. And the last one was amount, higher value, first served. Yes? And in this way, they were able to eliminate 95% of escalations from day one when they started using it, because system made sure that they are processed very, very smoothly. Yeah, that was just an example from AP team. Your question, yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. You see, we started 12 years ago as consultancy and training company working with business services to implement transformation changes, continuous improvement culture, and so on. And then together with our clients, we developed the solution, which I'm just showing you. But we are still transformation companies, so we train, we have the full package. In the package, which I just mentioned, cost 11k euro. There is the whole training and consulting package, and also communication package. We have also Harmodesk Academy, including a lot of information, videos, and so on. And we go hand by hand throughout the whole process. And we also share the know-how, so that the basic idea is after the pilot in one team, you are able to roll it out by yourselves without our help, and sustain you also without our help. So there's a lot of help there. But I can tell you that, yes, it takes time, but you see, when you have a tool exactly created in the way you want, and then you play with this for a couple of weeks or days, very quickly you learn that it brings you a value. So it's like with Google Maps, you have to shift, but it's not a long-term transformation. No, it's very, very prompt. So results are really in the first days, and they are sustained and prolonged. Yeah. And we also have a lot of, but the tricky point is that there is a lot of data collected from the system, and we have also business intelligence supporting the whole transformation. So for further, when we unlock the time of team leaders and key people, then they have data and time to further standardize the process. So that's where this engagement is very important. But usually when they have the data, they don't need our support. They can do it by themselves because it's all transparent, all clear. Any other question? I think, yeah, maybe the last one, because we have to give the micro to another. Yeah, thank you for that question. We have built it and backbone by the Salesforce, but you don't have to have Salesforce at all, because it's independent solution, but based on this platform. So you buy Harmodesk, but if you do have Salesforce and use it with your business services teams, it can be just like an added-on solution, okay? So there are two options possible, but Salesforce is providing, you know, scalability, security, and so on. And that's why we have decided to build it on that. Thank you very much. And I will just press the micro. Thank you. I hope for one-to-one discussions throughout the day with you, and happy to discuss your cases. Thank you.